Hey everybody, Fox Rose here, and today, for Digimonth, we're doing something a bit different, but hey, it's still something that's involving the games, and that's what I wanted to do for the whole month. Just the games, and maybe go over some of the anime. I'm not sure about that yet, but regardless. And today's topic is kind of different, but a lot of us have a franchise that we love to death, and we don't know why we do, but we do, and we want to create a countdown list as to why we like specific games in that franchise, or specific movies in that franchise, or so on and so forth. And today, we're doing one of those kinds of videos. So for Digimonth, we're doing my top 10 Digimon games that I have played. The only exceptions to this being are not Digimon Masters or Digimon Online, because I have not played either of them, solely because I'm not a PC gamer. The second ruling is that it has to have been released in the United States of America. What that basically means is nothing out of Japan, nothing that I haven't played before. And this is essentially like my favorites in terms of three things: the characters and story, the gameplay, and the graphics, really, and how well the game makes itself feel to players in general. Like, it's not too overwhelming for a learning curve, and it's wonderful in the sense that it's got a tutorial, but it doesn't shove it down your throat. Well, not unless you haven't ever played one of these games before. And yeah, other than that, that's all I can really say. So, let's get on with this. So coming in at number 10 is a game that nobody would really see coming, but I did spend quite a few hours on this game when I was a real little kid. Number 10 is Digimon Racing. And what this basically is Mario Kart, but with Digimon characters. Yeah, that's all it really was. It was on the Game Boy Advance, and it wasn't the greatest game in the world, but it was still a fun experience at the very least, and I really enjoyed it a lot. For the Game Boy Advance graphics, it's not bad. The gameplay is all wrapped up very nicely, and believe it or not, there are some racing bosses in the game, but they're not racing game bosses. They're not part of the racing. They're an actual, like, arena-style boss fight. Like, you're a little guy in the cart, but you have to fight them somehow because they're just trying to destroy you, but at the same time, you're trying to stay alive. So, however that works, yeah, that's kind of interesting when you think about it. And, yeah, no real story to it other than just fun gameplay. Number 9 is Digimon World DS. Where do I begin with this one? A lot of people consider this game to be one of the best DS games to have ever come out. And especially for the Digimon fans out there, Digimon World DS has been considered a great game, solely because it introduced one of the most iconic game styles of Digimon, well, of the Digimon series, and it's been going strong since this game was released on the DS to the 3DS games of the Cross Wars and all that stuff. And it's really unique to see how far it's come. And the graphical design is obviously not too detailed. It's on the DS. And they kind of stick with the, I want to say, 32-bit graphics. That's what I want to say it is. And it looks really nice. Everything looks really polished for the sprites and everything. Character models look alright. And yeah, I just kind of like the art style to it. It's really cool. As for gameplay, it's an RPG. That's all I'm going to say there. It's an RPG with good mechanics, and it actually performs very well for a DS game. However, this is the only one of the DS line that I have not beaten, aside from Digimon World Championship, solely because of the fact that that's not really a game you play. It's more like a racing simulator. So I own the game, but I've just never beaten it. So yeah. Coming in at number 8 is a tie. The moment I said that, everyone knew what this option was, didn't they? Number 8 is Digimon World Dawn and Dusk. I put them both here because, like most games that you would put for a tie, they're quite literally the same game. They have the exact same story, exact same characters, and the gameplay is the exact same. Considering these are the sequels to Digimon DS, they don't really change much about it. They add 1 or 2 characters. Well, they change the story, but they add different characters. And as for the Digimon themselves, they don't really add too many others, but they definitely did change some of the graphical designs for some of them. I don't remember exactly which ones, but they definitely did. And it's really interesting how it went. The only key factor that I remember is that in the DS game, in the Digimon World DS game, you did not have the burst modes for like some of the characters that had it. And keep in mind, this was around the Digimon Data Squad series, so that's why I say burst mode. And Dawn and Dusk did have the burst modes for the characters. That's all I remember. Other than that, the gameplay is very smooth, just like in the Digimon World DS game, and everything just plays fine. I have plenty of memories of playing that game solely because when I got the game, I broke my first DS solely because I was a stupid kid and I did not really know how to beat the Elite Four in Pokemon games, and I had played Pearl. I could not beat Aaron to save my life. Then again, at this point I was really stupid and I didn't think of changing from Torterra, which was my starter. So, yeah, I was a stupid kid. That's the only reason why these games are so low on the list, because they really are good games, but to me, they're just more nostalgia-based, and that's why I'm not really putting it any higher on the list. So, yeah. Coming in at number 7 is a different game from the DS's to the racing. Digimon Rumble Arena 2. Why number 2 instead of 1? Well, solely because of the fact that they had more characters and the graphics looked a lot nicer. That's the only real difference between the two. And some characters were removed from the original game, but others were added in place of them. And the gameplay is very nice, considering that it was made for multi-platform. It was made for Xbox, PS2, GameCube. I think there was something else that was made for it too, but I can't remember what. But all of them play very nicely, and the game is really fun to play if you got a couple of friends and you're just wanting to mess around and play a fighting game that's not Tekken, Soul Calibur, Street Fighter, whatever. And I highly recommend it. I mean, any of the Digimon Rumble games. Yes, some of the gameplay is awkward to today's standards, and yeah, it's basically Smash with Digimon. But they're still fun games nonetheless. In fact, Dave and I were supposed to be doing a Let's Play, well, a couple matches of the game, but our mic broke when we were recording it. Well, didn't break, we just forgot to turn the mic on. So, yeah. That's the only reason why we didn't have that video up and go yet. We'll probably be doing that this week? I'm not sure. But, hey, you'll get to see what I mean for Digimon Rumble Arena. Not Rumble Arena 2. We may do Rumble Arena 2 solely because I still have the game, but I'm not sure yet, so please bear with me, people. Number 6 is exactly the same, but it's quite literally a jump from, like Smash did, from the first to Brawl, to Melee to Brawl. And then this is kind of the deal with this. This is Digimon Rumble Arena 2, and this pick, Digimon All-Star Rumble. Where do I begin with this one? This one's actually came out a few years ago, and it holds up very nicely to today. Besides the fact that it actually has a one-player story mode, which, may I say, is very fun, and the boss characters at the end, holy hell, I've had plenty of challenges in fighting games, but this took the cake. This definitely took the cake. Nothing else to say on that one, really. Story is pretty simple. It's kind of like a King of Fighters kind of deal from Tekken. but not quite. There's some secrecy things going on in the background, but I'm not going to say because, one, I'm not doing a Let's Play of it yet, and two, if I do a Let's Play of it, I'm going to do every single character story so that we can get people to see the whole thing as it happens. And yeah, I've beaten the game with every character, I think, so it's not hard to do, it's just different. Number 5 means a lot to me. I've talked about this game many a time on the channel, and it's time I finally explain why. Number 5 is Digimon World 1. This game means so much to me, guys. It was quite literally, I believe, my first video game I ever owned. And I still own the disc today. The original disc from when I got it when I was 2 years old. 2 years old. And I'm 18. So figure that out. It's a phenomenal game to me because it's an RPG, but it's not a conventional RPG. And again, Dave and I were going to be doing a Let's Play of it, but instead of we forgot to turn on the mic. The computer that I'm recording this exact video on suddenly shut down when we were recording. So we said fuck it for now, and we were just going to wait until this weekend, I think. And it's a fun game. It's not a particularly hard game at all. It's just a long game. And I don't even know how I actually saw this when I went to go see the ending for the first time in my life, but I did not believe that somebody could actually speedrun this game. Like, incredibly quickly speedrun this game. Like, this game, considering it's on the PlayStation 1, and considering how long it is for one disc, unlike Final Fantasy VII or Metal Gear Solid, this was an incredibly long game. I'm not even joking about that. It really was a long game. Somebody speedrun this under 2 hours. How they did that is beyond me. How the hell they did that is beyond me. But they did. And I'm amazed at that. Regardless, this game just means a ton to me. I can't stress that enough. It's one of the best games I've ever played in my life. And I can't thank it enough for being the game that got me into video games. So yeah. Thank you, Digimon World. You're the game that started it all for me, and I can't thank you enough. Number 4 is something we're actually doing on the channel right now, Digimon World 2. I know in one of the videos I even said that this is my favorite PlayStation 1 game out of all of them, but that's a lie. I think I was just saying that because it was like my favorite RPG. So, yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. Anyways, Digimon World 2 is... Well, do I really need to even explain it right now? You guys can see the Let's Play that I'm doing with Dave on the channel right now. And yes, now that I've got Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth recording somewhat, it'll be that and Digimon World 2 every day, 1 episode a day for each of them. And I hope everyone can enjoy them. I mean, we may be doing more of that stuff in the future. Just getting one game and completing it to the end. Not like the completionist. No, we are not doing that extreme. We are not beating it in a week. That is not happening anytime soon. But it's definitely something that I want you guys to at least enjoy. I mean, that whole background thing that I just did, that is now in the videos for Digimon World, that was me. I did that myself. I know it's shit. But nobody really wanted to help with the layout, and the one person that I got possibly doing the layout for Cyber Sleuth hasn't got back to me yet, so, yeah. Anyways, Digimon World 2 is a great game, and I can't wait to finish it and see what it's like for the first time. I've never beat the game myself, so we'll see what happens. Coming in at number 3, is one that I know Dave and I will be doing together because of the fact that it's much better experience through multiplayer. Digimon World 4. This was a huge shift for the Digimon franchise, and it's clear to see why it is. Digimon World 4 is just one of those games that it was in one direction at one point, and then, whoops, took the wrong turn. That's basically what happened with this game. And keep in mind, all the Digimon games were basically RPGs prior to this, like turn-based RPGs. And now, you got this game. This game is quite literally a hack-and-slash RPG. It's basically Kingdom Hearts with Digimon. No wonder I like it so much. But that's essentially what it is, and the game plays fantastically for a PlayStation 2 game. And yes, the dungeons take long to load, and I understand that that's an issue. But other than that, the game plays excellently. Excellently! I can't think of another game like this that plays like this on the PlayStation 2. I really can't. And quite easily, this game right here easily makes my top 5 for PlayStation 2 games. So, yeah. Where are the top 5? I'm not going to say. Because that's another video that I'm not doing this month. So, shush. Number 2. My penultimate Digimon game that I have ever played that I love to bits is Digimon Digital Card Battle. This is quite literally the only Digimon game that I have gotten to nearly 100% on. That says something right there. If I've almost gotten to 100% on the game. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. I flipping love this game. This is quite literally the best, one of the 3 best card battle games I've ever played in my life. Ever. And keep in mind, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid. I somewhat learned how to play Chaotic as a kid. And Magic the Gathering? No. Surprised, aren't you? But yeah, it's just crazy to see where all this went at one point. And I love where it did. Digimon Digital Card Battle is quite literally Magic the Gathering, but with Digimon. That's all I need to say about it. One-on-one battles, actually like doing RPG-style gameplay. The fact that strategy is a huge thing in this game means you have to focus at all times and look at every little nook and cranny about the game. It is a great idea. I don't know why it wasn't thought of sooner. I really don't. And this game, the only reason it's not at 100% is because of the fact that you need to play in the arenas in the game, which is basically like the tournament hub. And my copy of the game is scratched to hell to the point where it plays fine, everything else, but the arenas. So, yeah, that's the only thing I'm missing. I wish that wasn't the case, but that's just what happens. Oh well. And finally, my number 1 favorite Digimon game that I have played is not going to be said here because here are the honorable mentions. Digimon World 3, Digimon World Championships, Digimon Rumble Arena. And now, the number 1 Digimon game that I have ever played is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. I'm not gonna lie, even though getting that game only recently, I'm fucking loving the game. I really am. This game embodies what Digimon is instantly. And the fact that it's a rated T game, yes, it's only because of language, it embraces what Digimon is even more. Yes, Digimon isn't for kids, really. I mean, it was designed for kids at one point, but now that you see where some of it has gone, it's definitely not for kids. No way is it meant for kids nowadays. The show makes it for kids. Everything else about it is not. I mean, look at the difficulty of Digimon World 2. You need a guide in order to beat the game. Digimon World 4, like I said, it's Kingdom Hearts, but Digimon. And then the card battle game, ultimate strategy. Absolutely ultimate strategy. It's insane to see where the Digimon franchise has come, from where it has come, and how far it is in history, still surviving. It amazes me to no end. It really does. I love this game to bits, and I can't believe that it plays flawlessly. And since it's one of the few PlayStation 4 games I've ever played, I mean, I've played PlayStation 4 games. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition is proof of that. Dust is proof of that. And Disgaea 5 is proof of that. But other than that, it's like, okay, where's the good stuff? And before anyone says anything, I know Final Fantasy 15 comes out this year. Probably not getting it right away. And I know Kingdom Hearts has a game coming out this year, and we know Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be released either this year or next year. And it's more than likely next year. Solely because of 2.8. And not going to lie, when I get the game, Kingdom Hearts Key back cover will be a full movie on the channel. And Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Point 2 will be a Let's Play. But regardless, I can't wait to see where this goes. And they're even saying that if this game is successful enough in the States and in other places of the world, they are going to possibly, like, I don't know what the word is, localize. They are possibly going to localize these other Digimon games that have been only in Japan to the English-speaking countries. And if that's the case, holy shit, I cannot wait. That will be, like, heaven to me. But then again, what would also be heaven to me is if they made a sequel to Digimon Digital Card Battle. That would be fucking awesome. Now, as for the gameplay in Cyber Sleuth, combat system is taken from the DS's games, and the level limit system for the Digimon is taken from World 2, like I assumed. It's actually got some unique gameplay in the sense that it's in the name, Cyber Sleuth, and sleuth is a word used mainly for detective work, hence shown by Detective Kuremi, who picks you up early on in the game. And let's just say that it's going to be interesting to see where this all goes eventually. I'm not even all that far into the game, and I haven't even done a recording session for the game today, which I should probably start doing soon. But it's still amazing to see where the game is in the timeline that it is, and to see it in the boom of like anime gaming right now. We've got One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. We're getting Sword Art Online. We're getting a new Attack on Titan game. We're getting all kinds of anime-based games that are coming out and going to be phenomenal for the fans. And yes, there's still the new Pokemon game, which we don't know what it's going to be called. We know there's going to be a new Pokemon game. Yes. And I just went into a Pokemon rant over Digimon. What the fuck is wrong with me right now? Anyways, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth is my favorite Digimon game, hands down. It plays smoothly, the character models look amazing, the story is pretty good so far from what I've seen, and I cannot wait to see what happens in this game towards the end. This is going to be a great game. I can feel it. Oh, and another person that's going to be doing the Let's Play, which I probably shouldn't even be giving this guy promotional stuff because I've given him promotional stuff in the past, but I'm still going to do it anyway. Kagi Films, or Alejandro Saab, whichever you want to call him, is doing a Let's Play of this series too, and I highly recommend going to watch him for it, because he is a funny guy. I'm not saying that I'm not funny. It depends on what my mood is. I can be funny. But he's a really funny guy, and I highly recommend going to see his work. He does voice acting. He's doing Let's Plays a lot more. He has a podcast with his friends. He's just a really cool guy, and I really want you guys to go and check him out. I'll probably leave a link in the description to his Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth video, or if not a link, then I'll probably put an annotation somewhere on screen. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching today's video, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, hit the like button down below. Comment in the comment section with all your tips, tricks, and all that shite. Subscribe if you're new. Favorite the video if you want. Who the hell favorites videos these days? And as always, rock and roll, dudes and vixens.
The streets are lined with little